check out where I am. This is so cool. Hey folks, Chris here. I'm doing a quick vlog entry for today. I haven't done one of these in a while. I've been stir crazy like a lot of people. I've been out here sort of boondocking and sort of isolating myself. And I just got to the point where I was stir crazy today and I decided to get out. I was up this morning. I was cooking. I was making breakfast. I was just milling about, doing all the kind of things that you do when you're getting up in the morning. Black pepper. This thing is always such a pain. They put it so close under here. It's just terribly painful to start. And you're doing your thing and making coffee. So I don't have a coffee maker, and I usually go to coffee shops, so I have instant coffee. Yay! As long as I get my caffeine. Just finally got to the point where I was like, I got to get out. I was trying to work on some stuff on the computer, and I just, all I was doing, frankly, was like a lot of people. I was just online reading about this stupid virus, and I got to the point where I was like, this is nuts. You got to get outside. You got to go do something outside. You have access to some incredible outdoor areas, and I needed to get my head out of that computer and outside and into the real world since I have access to it. So that's what I did. So I closed the door in my RV, and I have this light blocking curtain over that window because in the morning there's a lot of light that can come through that door window, and sometimes I close it and it's flapping in the wind there. Yeah, look at that. I close it, and when it's windy, that thing tends to come out. So mid-afternoon, I took off in my car, and thank God I've got my car here in Utah so I can do this, right? So I took my car off into an area called Provo Canyon. And it's really easy to get to. It's readily accessible from Utah Valley. So I'm perched above Utah Valley, and off in the distance I can see Mount Timpanogos. And Mount Timpanogos is awesome because on the back side of it, it's incredibly beautiful, and it's where Sundance, the Sundance Resort is, the famous Sundance Resort of Robert Redford fame. So I took off and I drove out there. So I was just getting out every now and then when I would see something interesting and I could walk around. And I stopped off at a little park that it's sprinkled with little parks, but you're driving and it's just stunning, right? I mean, just the canyon itself, the geology and the time of the year, because there's fresh snow hanging around up there. It's beautiful. It was just incredible. And so I would just stop off. I stopped off at a little park called, I think, Nuns Park or something like that. Just driving around, looking, and I stop, walk up, and there's a sign, a historic sign that says, hey, this is the location of a very early hydroelectric plant. It's so amazing. There's actually a plaque over here. I'm going to go read it real quick. Nuns Provos Station Power Plant. This plaque marks the site of the first 44,000 volt hydroelectric plant in America, built in 1897 by Lucian L. Nunn at an established cost of just $50,000. This plant harnessed the power of the Provo River to generate electricity and transmit that power over a distance of 32 miles to mining operations in Mercure, Utah. This was also 3 times the voltage of any existing line in the nation at that time, and was by far the longest. although none sold his interest to Utah Power and Light Company in 1913, his innovative ideas and success helped shape the future of electrical power for all of us. Wow, that's cool. Look at this scenery right here. That is amazing. The famous Sundance Resort is actually just kind of on the other side of that ridge. But when I swing around here, look at the mountains. It's incredibly cool geology. And then I took off and I drove up to Sundance. That Sundance Resort on the backside of Timpanogos is really easy to get to, and it is just so beautiful up there. And it was closed, so when I get up there, it itself is closed, and I'm sure it has a lot to do with all the closures we're having, but I didn't care because the scenery itself up there was just so incredible. And every time I go up there, I'm just stunned. Truly, the camera does not capture how incredible it is. It is so beautiful up here. It is just nuts. I'm on the backside of Mount Timpanogos right now. Mount Timpanogos is a pretty well-known mountain here in Utah. Sundance, the Sundance Resort of Sundance Film Festival, that fame is just actually right below me. Just look at these mountains. So check this out. Just look at that up there. It says Theater in the Pines Group Campground. It's probably called the theater because this feels like a very natural amphitheater. Isn't that amazing? So I just had to pull off to another spot over here to show you another incredible view of these mountains here. Just look at this. And it's beautiful. I've driven through that canyon tons of times and I've never actually been along the walkway that you go up to the Bridalveil Falls, and it was just so amazing. Look at that off in the distance there. And then as I pan down, look at the river. There's the park. Cool. The temperature was really nice outside. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold. Yeah, so it was nice just to get out and go explore and just see some of what was out there today, just to get out. And there's so much to do here in Utah. I am about 20 miles from where I'm parked right now. I've never actually walked along this path. This is one of those things that I've driven through this canyon a bunch of times, but I've never actually stopped and walked along here. That I really couldn't have just sat here in the RV and done nothing except look at the stupid computer all day, right? Look at that. Wow. Yeah, look at that over there. So anyway, there's just another life in the day of a nomad, and I hope you enjoyed just some of the footage that I happened to catch of me getting out and, you know, not being social. So anyway, thanks for watching.